Welcome to this video. In this video we're going to talk about dashboards, especially dashboards in regards to IoT and data. I invited Roos. Hi Roos.
Hi, thank you.
Roos is a project manager at Evalan, and we all know dashboards very well. We have them in our cars, we have them on our phones, on different apps. But businesses use dashboards as well, especially when they're working with a lot of data. Roos, can you tell me why dashboards are such a powerful tool and important for businesses?
Yes, you see nowadays that more and more companies are collecting data about their devices or about their processes, and all this data is raw data, which can be seen as a huge list of numbers and information, which can be difficult to understand directly, and therefore a dashboard can be a useful tool to translate this raw data into valuable insights. A dashboard is an interface which presents the most important data in one clear overview. So, for example, in the dashboard the data can be presented in a graph or in a diagram, and then the user can directly understand the situation and take action if needed.
Yeah, all right. And Evalan has been developing dashboards for years. Can you tell me a bit about the process of how Evalan develops dashboards in general?
Yeah, Evalan develops IoT solutions which make use of remote monitoring and wireless communication. And one of the first steps is to identify what all the data is that should be collected. So this can be sensor data, but also data about the process or a state of the device. And when all this data is collected, it's then sent to a cloud or a database where it is stored securely. And then the data needs to be presented to the user to give them more insight in the data. And this can be done via a user interface such as a dashboard or a web portal or a phone application. And for the development of a dashboard, Evalan makes use of user-centered design. So we work in close collaboration with our clients to identify with them what should be the purpose of the dashboard and what is the most important data to present to its users.
Okay, and if we're looking at those dashboards, can you tell me what differentiates a good dashboard from a bad one?
An often made mistake is that you want to present all the data you have collected in that dashboard, but then it can be overwhelming and you don't know what to do anymore because there's too much data to see. So therefore it's good to identify what the most important information is to present in the dashboards. And you can also think of who are eventually the users of the dashboard, and are all those users interested in the same data, or do they maybe have different roles and are they only interested in certain aspects of the data? So in that case we make a dashboard based on role-based access.
Okay, could you tell me a bit more or give an example of a role-based access dashboard?
Yes, for one of our customers for which we have implemented this role-based access in a dashboard, that is Stichting Handicard. Stichting Handicard provide golf cars to users who are a bit less mobile but still would like to play golf. And for them we developed a fleet management system and a reservation system. So we collect a lot of data for them. This can be data about the cars itself, how much kilometers they have driven, when they need maintenance, whether they are in use or not, but also data about the reservations which have been made. So for instance, who has reserved which car on which day at which golf club. And you can imagine that if you just want to play golf, you're not interested in all this data about when a car requires maintenance. You just would like to book a car and see if it's available. So therefore we created different roles in the dashboards for different type of users. And if you want to play golf, you can make a reservation in the dashboard. As a reception of the golf club, you can see an overview of all reservations which has been made for your club and which cars are still available. If you are a mechanic, you can see when a car requires maintenance. And Stichting Handicard itself, they can see an overview of all golf clubs and all its users and golf cars.
Yeah, so basically that allows users not to become overwhelmed and they just see their specific data they want to see. That's it, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. So maybe to round off this interview, do you dare to predict what the future has to offer for dashboards? What innovations might come in the near future?
Yeah, I imagine that in the future dashboards will become even smarter and more interactive. And in terms of smartness, you see that companies are already implementing more things like artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I predict that will be also integrated more in dashboards, such that the dashboard really can help the user to make a prediction for the future. For instance, for Stichting Handycard, it could predict that on next week, Tuesday, it will be crowded, for instance. And further, I think a dashboard will be more interactive. So now you see most dashboards are two-dimensional, just a screen. But I can imagine that they maybe will be three-dimensional, or when you walk by, the dashboard recognizes you and it will speak to you.
Yeah, sounds interesting. It sounds a bit to me like the dashboards are becoming more like a personal assistant of some sort.
Yeah, yes, I think that could really be possible in the future.
All right, very cool. I think that's also a nice point to round off this interview. Thanks for your knowledge. And for the people watching, if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. And thanks for watching.
Thank you.